Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Prepare for battle.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board. Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Thanks, guys, on the panel there. I mean, taking a quick little listen to what they were saying about this Void potentially not having enough damage to back him up in the chrono. And we're in this position in the group stage now at the top of Division 1. Both of these...
Viking is gonna have... They have some nice... Can do a lot of small saves and potential help for the... Talked about a lot of damage and chrono, but
The battle begins.
Early on, like, that's like a... A lot on the lane. I kind of see they're like at their side lanes having set up and...
Yeah, it's kind of interesting for me as well, where you've got this anti-mage picked, and, you know, first phase we're seeing a lot of carries picked up in that first 1-2 punch in the draft. But historically, you think back to like TI1, TI2, even 3, Faceless Void was a counter to AM. You put him in the chrono, you bubble him up, and you kill him off. But now, you know, a lot of teams developing this kind of tempo and pacing of the game, understanding when they're strong and waiting until, you know, mid-game, late game to actually execute their draft. AM can definitely match up against the Void still decently as long as he gets those items coming out of the laning stage, can't he?
It's definitely good against the AM. Like, that is one of the better carries. But I do AM is always the annoying carry to deal with. Just farm up and gets a good lane. No matter like what carry you are, you're bad, annoying at least. You can't shut this hero down on lane. Gonna have some.
Yeah, he's wave cutting, he's an item ahead of you, he's always going to be an annoyance there. So mid lane, that Kunkka up against Tiny. I think Lizard was saying that Kunkka's going to have a pretty good time here, as GPK does lead the CS 9-1 against Tiny's 6-0. We'll see how that all progresses. Yeah, Boom's going to bottle. Fairy Fire as well. Looks like he is all right. Quick little avalanche from Boom there. Secure his safety as well. Bottom lane, Ilias dropping low on the Undying, but, you know, you look at the anti-mage, he's full HP. Undying is just tanking a lot of this aggression from the SD and that Chaos Knight down in that bottom lane.
Pressure still. Level 3. But I can...
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
I don't see them die.
And that's his job for the most part. Try and keep Epikid alive as much as he can. And a similar situation top, right? The Shadow Demon bottom is applying that pressure, and you've got Saves Lina up top, contesting pulls, getting in the face of Celery, trying to make sure that the Faceless Void doesn't get a completely free time. And you look at his CS right now. Shad struggling to last it under towers. Yes, he's got a wave coming in under him, but it's this Lina Axe lane with Battle Hunger, Light Striker, like they're level 2, so they've got the Fire Soul Light Strike array, which has become this really oppressive force in that early laning stage.
Also like in the DM. Ooh. Allows save to buy more stat.
Not for you!
But it's also like this
Battle
Hunger.
They get the CK and they're body blocking Aramis now. Shadow Demon, perfect body blocks from Ilias. The Undying's allowed the AM to get the hits in he needs. A double kill for Undying. Tanking up all those spells and then setting it up beautifully to stomp on this lane now.
Allow him if you want. getting that level.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Possible, just you can see this. They doesn't kinda. Yeah, it's just kinda free farm. Very, very.
Dire's structures
Like
are
this a lot.
fortified.
Yeah, and just the idea of the fact that it is, you know, Axe in this 1v1 against the Void. He's in the wave, so Void can't really get too close. And then you have the 1v1 between Lina and Ench. And we can see Celery getting beaten down. Tries to turn to slow save, and it will be enough to sproink away. And Undying denying to neutrals just to get back to Fountain, refill up, and come back to lane. Difficult start for Viking.
Still like Void having this
Dire's
Oh, that's a lot of damage actually onto the AM. Epi kid. Like Aramis just walks straight down the lane, puts disruption on him. Anti-mage illusions, of course, burning his mana, as we very often see.
Does be able to that now if you
money to burn. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're trying to go on him. No real slows or lockdown though, so they are relying on that just raw damage from the Undying and the mana burn on AM.
that's also
Mana
not
break,
what
rather.
they're doing. They're just forcing out of lane and not get those luck. Skills are just like lost for AM.
Yeah, every lane I look at, I'm thinking, right, Void's running away from the Lina and the Axe. Toby and Aramis are running away from this Void, from this AM and Undying. And I took a look into mid, 44 and 5 on the Kunkka.
Radiant are
The Tiny,
scattered.
who is usually like a lane dominator, a CS dominator, is struggling, so he's had to rotate bottom. Boom wants to make a move, but it's into an AM lane, and he just blinks away.
Counter spell there. Why is that?
Dire's middle tower
Ice
is
up
under
gank.
attack.
That's what we see of him from 5 to 6 minutes. Now he doesn't work. The PK was just farming. It's already like a big. The way that Boom likes to play, I think they're also really kind of makes that.
Super nice.
On the game, like the lane stage didn't go the best. Can kind of have ways of helping his. So far, it's not.
Yeah, he feels like that linchpin hero that's actually going to create enough space here for the Faceless Void to catch up. CK is going to have a lot of work to do as well, and you think about Shadow Demon and Enchantress, they're not really teamfight heroes, they are much more of these scrappy, you know, skirmish heroes, these like 3v3s in the early laning stage and moving into like 20-minute period. But no, this VP side, this Kunkka, once he starts TP rotating, which Kunkka's great at, you know, TP in, X mark both, you can dismantle and you'll have some of these fights and you'll have ample time to be able to turn them around.
For just farming for him. Definitely, if the action he's ready. Now Boom is making the smoke. Very important.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Had a lot.
Oh, it's scouted. Lina sees them, does tank up the avalanche, and there's the TP from gpk. This is what we've been waiting for, the exact movement as he comes in with a boat to save the day. Lina's still standing. They'll find Boom's Tiny. They do get the trade. Save does fall eventually. Do they get the bonus kill on Enchantress, though? She's pretty good with the sprites healing her up. Another spell from gpk coming. It's a torrent, but it won't be landing. Celery makes her way through the trees, chasing, though, under tier 1. VP are just going to dive this. They've got Undying here now, and a quick little dunk. Three-man chrono, though, as Shad opens it up. Viking, can they strike back? These are tanky heroes. They've got Tombstone now being launched out by Ilias, and DM just stands his ground on the two-man call. GPK focuses the Tombstone, looks for the Void. A good reality rift will drag him back, but the damage is lacking. Viking, they can't do too much here. Lena's now respawned, so Light Strike Array is going to come into the Axe, but boom, big avalanche. Doesn't really have the follow-through, though. And Viking are losing HP at a drastic rate as the toss back on Axe will put him a bit closer to Toby. Celery's now come back. Aramis takes a Soul Rip and a Dragon Slave to the back of the head. And Shadow Demon's gone. Light Strike Array there connecting. Now Celery's falling. VP bring the numbers they need. Anti-Mage still farming, and Viking even 5 heroes strong. Just can't get the job done.
Very heavy commit to Viking, and they don't get the monk. Dies there on the all that time. AM is
Dire's structures
very good
fortified.
defense for you don't line like
Dire's
doesn't just farm
top
creeps.
tower is under attack.
Power and
Well, I just caught that. Ilias walks into Dire Jungle. He's got this Observer Ward on the high ground, so he did catch a glimpse of the CK, and he just walks in and blows him up. So now VP have full access into Dire Jungle. Void has to shift down towards bottom lane, and it feels like the only place Viking can play is, you know, their triangle down to that bottom tier 1.
Dire's top tower has
they
fallen.
have a very far boom has out, so and now Viking is they kind of need to play power, so you can see Toby and Shad is same lane farming, so that is never like a good sign 9 minutes in.
Super rough. Yeah, it really seems like Lizard was right saying this Kunkka matchup against the Tiny pretty good. Not only just the laning stage and CSing and in that straight 1v1, but the fact that you've been mentioning Boom, you know, the playstyle wants to rotate. Kunkka very good at counteracting this early aggression. As it looks like VP do want to try and shift to defend their tier 1 bot with a smoke moving through their own jungle now. Boom, he's kind of cut off here. Can't make his way down. Shadow Demon's still stuck up top. So the trio, VP heroes onto Shad. They've got the Torrent landing. Light Strike Array, and down you go. Say goodnight, Faceless Void. Toby's in the trees. Can he TP out of here? Being hunted. Tombstone's even dropped. They catch a little bit of vision there onto the CK. Light Strike Array, yeah, it connects. Save with a perfect placement. I don't know if they've got the damage to finish him. Body blocks from Ilias. They will allow the catch up here, and Kunkka does have the X mark. Drag him back in for the final killing blow. And this is the thing. Tiny mid, Shadow Demon top. 3 heroes rotate from VP. It is just really slicing and dissecting them apart.
Play like this now. They have taken.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
They don't want Viking to have defending that tier 1.
Dire are
Viking
scared.
just has like really.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That also Midas, so he's not time.
Look at Celery.
Place. I mean, this is the best thing. So
Heal us.
farming there and inside of the jungle.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, it's a little bit of gold there for GPK. It's definitely a morale boost continuing that streak. But yeah, kind of thinking about how that move works, right, is we said Viking can only really play this area of the map. So as soon as you smoke through the middle of that area, you've got the option to go north into triangle if Viking retreat, or the option to go south and defend your tier 1 if they don't retreat. It's that perfect maneuvering from VP to realize there's nowhere else that Viking can be.
You gotta remember that that time that play was happening with 3. Axe was still AM is farming. It's never a good sign when 3 kind of secure a tower. Now they're all 5 heroes. They really want to get this tower, but Spear realizes that they can hold this tower is very good for them because Viking is to have that limit.
Yeah, so they just don't show the Lina. GPK is going to come out, and when he's got armor on, he's got like 2,000, yeah, over 2,000 HP.
It's like there's no way without him getting
Impossible.
and committing him to tower. They just
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
there's a blink dagger coming. That is the best thing they can with that blink. Maybe. AM is still. Game passes. It's good.
Yeah, especially when he's looking at like a 14-minute Battle Fury. It's a really spectacular start for him. Axe nearly has his blink. You know, you're mentioning the mid lane Tiny. They've got an Axe with a Vanguard and nearly blink himself. 5.7k net worth on DM. That's the dream. Well, there's just a bounty rune there waiting. You know, 3 minutes after spawn time. Hello. Now he's pretty much got that blink dagger. We'll see what they get up to. We'd love to see another Chrono come out, but it doesn't feel like Shad wants to cross the river for the next 5 minutes or so. He will just be sitting back farming his BKB, it looks like.
Hard for Shad. Right now, for them to get one tower bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower
Probably just
is
gonna
under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Tower. It's still good to get it, obviously. They can even think about like Roshan.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Viking.
attack.
It's like a lot of tools.
Oh, nice little torrent.
Come get healed.
Celery down to half
Radiant's
HP.
bottom tower has fallen.
Do they commit the boat here? They've X'd her back in. They've got the call there. Looks like DM with the help of Sage just Laguna Blade. There's the blink though. Avalanche toss and DM is taken down. Good little counter initiation from Viking. Get the trade 1-for-1. They're trying to chase in for more. GPK is sitting at around half HP. In comes the Time Warp. Void a little too far away for the Chrono. They'll go for the Lina instead. There's the blink Avalanche toss. A double for Boom now. They're coming out of their shell now, Viking.
Dire are scanning.
Very much needed. Boundary rune here. Axe kill. I'm getting also the
Dire's
map
top
control.
tower is under
And then they
attack.
can farm a little bit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, take control of their jungle.
It does feel really bad to see having Maida get me after. And it's like this game is even, there is some tool.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Abyssal.
Radiant
How
are
that ends up
scanning.
Oh, the smoke broken by Aramis. Gets disruption onto the Axe just in time. Dodges away from a couple of spells, but dragged back into the waiting arms of GPK. Viking lurking around in the vicinity, but don't think they want to start anything. Not really a fight that they can break into. It was kind of nice by the AM. He went up and like took some stacks and camps here, feeling that the Void would like naturally want to come back and farm defensively there. So he's taking farm away from Viking while accelerating himself.
Like, wall the action. That's Team wants to play. He just sees the. There's still ways of catching. And definitely die to gank.
Initiation from DM. Boom's there though with a blink avalanche. Ilias too tanky to take down with the immediate burst, and he gets his tombstone down. Salary just gonna get torrented. Put in the bubble the second by Aramis. Viking not really too interested in keeping their involvement in this fight. As VP, they want to go deep, diving deeper. Aramis under that tier 2. Boom back in with the avalanche toss. Does take Ilias down this time, as the boat will land and crash in onto that poor Shadow Demon. The AM clears it up. VP looking to try and disengage, thinking about popping their heads back in though, as Toby onto the Kunkka. Boom, his third initiation of the fight, but the armlet toggles are there for GPK. A difficult one to continue. Boom, he's moving forward, but he's got light strike arrays being rained down on his head by that Lina from the high ground, and you got to be worried about this DM Axe, who is lurking with a blink call, stops that movement forward, keeps Viking away from his Kunkka.
Sadly, Shad wasn't close.
Invisibility.
Chrono is ready. Viking stop. But like they're actually looking. Chad is here. Tiny. Helping their team. I think that is the right way. I think
Dire are scanning.
Chad alone. Looking at CK. Tiny as well, hailing themselves.
Yeah, they need all three of these cores to really pack a punch if we're going to go mid to late game here for Viking. And coming back to Kunkka's item build, you know, he went this armlet and into Shiva's Guard, something I've not really seen too much of. There's lots of armor. It's pretty damn good up against this CK Void and Tiny, you know, triple melee cores. But is this something that you've seen before in pubs or anything?
Well, against Yell, like I think the way he's playing fits against this double brazier.
Radiant
Step lively
are
now.
scanning.
Your admiral is on board.
Hard to bring down. Kind of nullify damage.
Celery, yet again, just being punched down there. DM, big old initiation. Do they find Toby as well? They do. The torrent lands and so does the boat. They're in there with two of their cores. Ilias trying to get in a bit more damage, and Toby, he is tanky. Armlet double bracer on that CK, but it doesn't matter when saved there with a Laguna Blade. 5 heroes from VP all converging up towards the top tier 2. Spamping it out now. They want this objective. Try and secure themselves a good amount of land in this dire jungle so then they can think about Roshan or taking back that dire triangle on the right hand side of the map. Oh, that's a lot.
They're not even taking this tower, they just want to try to catch them.
Dire's top
here.
tower is under attack.
Oh, AM's ready. He's got Manta. Pexu. AM's like, guys, I can join a fight now. Blink call initiation. DM's in and the tombstone's down. It's a good soul catcher and purge, and the axe, he is burning low as the chrono lands. DM's in a spot above it now as the avalanche comes through, but boom, he's nearly dead. They've already taken out Celery. Boom gets blown up, and VP are just cruising here for a victory. Shad gets jumped on again by Epikid. He's BKB'd himself up, and he has a time walk to get to the high ground again, but there just doesn't seem to be an avenue of escape here. They shouldn't have the follow-through. Another time walk will come. CK pops Phantasm. A torrent will land on him instead. They've kept the Void alive, but they give up the CK for it.
Yeah. That was the best in the does get like a lot of tools. Have the GP, have Manta now. Had a very good that fight. Even though I think Viking had like a
Lively now. Your admiral is on board.
just like I feel like VP is just right now. AM is still like he's gonna have Basher. Right now it's pretty
Dire's
hard.
top tower is under attack.
Hard for Viking right now. That did look really fight for them. Has so many damage right now.
Yeah, like the Shiva's Guard attack speed slow against the Void and the Tiny really does make them struggle. Outputting damage is such a difficult task now.
Radiant's bottom tower
Like
is
there's
under
a lot
attack.
They had to deal with this. Playing pretty far behind.
Yeah, the fact that Axe and Kunkka can both frontline, then you've got these two supports kind of playing fog, and you don't have the greatest way of finding the backline. Okay, Tiny has Blink, yes, Void has Time Walk, but you don't have that, you know, hunting hero or really a vision hero here for Viking that can scout them out beforehand. So it's going to come down to a lot of this ward placement from Celery. So it's nice to see he's got Dire Observer ward down in the Radiant jungle, giving a little bit of a safety net here and maybe an opportunity to jump on the AM. Disruption into combo from Boom. They jump Epikid, give him the old toss-up, but he blinks back into the Void. Time dilation's there. He doesn't have Man Style. The Aegis might get a root here, but a call. 3-man jump in. There we go. Viking dumped down. One by one, they all come come crumbling down. Celery's got Glimmer Cape on him, but that's it. GG's call. They tap out. 23 minutes in, VP annihilate Viking.
That was very one-sided.